We'll start standing. Samasthiti. Feet can be together or hip distance apart. Pressing in to the feet. Reaching the arms down the sides. Beginning to breathe in and out through the nose. Getting that tuck in the low belly, navel going towards the spine, softness in the knees, softness in the shoulders. Let's take one more inhale and we'll begin. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reaching the arms or one arm up and one arm down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthening, look out. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping your way back to high plank. Inhaling here. Exhale, coming into your version of chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, go ahead and come into child's pose this first round. Being mindful, sending the hips towards the heels of the feet. Breathing deeply. While we're here, we're going to dome our hands. So you're going to come up onto the finger pads and dome your hands like you have a ball inside of them. And this is just going to stretch out our shoulders. All right, let's go ahead and plant the hands. We're going to tuck the back toes on an inhale, on an exhale, sending the hips back. Coming into our first downward facing dog. Pedaling out through the legs if you'd like to. All right, next exhale, bringing the feet together, bending the knees, look forward. Inhale, making your way up, lengthen the spine, look out. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising all the way up, arms reach. Exhale, Samasthiti. Sorry, I just realized I didn't set my timer. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, look out. Exhale, finding your way to your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, coming into downward facing dog. And there's an alternate way to take downward facing dog. You drop onto your knees and you send your hips back still. So it's not as extreme on the arms. Still lengthening through the spine, sending those hips up. Just an alternate if this is something you need today. Otherwise, we're breathing deeply in the full expression of the posture. Hips drawing back. Shoulders are drawing away from the ears. Softness in the elbows and the knees. All right. On our next exhale, bringing the feet together, bending them, looking forward. Inhale, stepping or hopping your way up, lengthen the spine, look out. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press into the feet, rising up. And exhale, Samastitihi. Okay, feet together if they were hip distance apart. Inhale, bending the knees. And here you can bring your hands to your heart, or you can extend. Let's just go ahead and stay here for a minute. You should be able to look down and see your toes. Sending those hips back. Keeping the spine long, squeezing the inner thighs. And exhale, let's go ahead and forward fold. Inhale, lengthening, look out. Exhale, making your way to your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Right foot comes forward. We're gonna go ahead and drop onto the back knee. Options to stay here in your low lunge with your hands planted. Or inhale, coming up, placing the hands on the thigh. Or reaching the arms up overhead. Breathing deeply here. Allowing yourself to press into that front foot. Knees over the ankle. Sinking into that left hip, opening it up. One more inhale. Exhale, let's go ahead and plant, tuck the back toes, step that right leg back, your version of chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing left side. Inhale, step the left foot forward, dropping onto the back knee. Same options, staying down. Coming up with the hands on the thigh, or reaching the arms overhead. Knees over the ankle, belly still drawing in. Heart is open, shoulders drawing away from the ears. Length all the way through the crown of the head. One more inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, tuck the back toes. Inhale, step that foot back. Exhale to your version of chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. Breathing deeply here. Keeping that low belly tucked. Our arms are active, our legs are active, wherever you're at. If you're in child's pose on your next inhale, tucking the toes. Exhale, sending the hips back. Inhale here. Exhale, feet come together, bending them, look forward. Inhale, making your way up, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, squeezing the thighs, coming up, bending the knees, placement of the hands. Exhale, Samastitihi. All right. Inhale, step the right foot back, arms come to a T. Exhale, we're gonna pivot towards the right foot, reaching the arms or sliding the hand down. Coming into Trikonasana. Hand can be on the shin, ankle, maybe grabbing the big toes. This is our triangle posture, pressing into those feet, lengthening all the way from that hip to the crown of the head. And your gaze can just be straight ahead, or it can be down at the floor, or if it's okay on the neck, starting to look upwards. Breathing deeply here, straightening out both the legs. All right, inhale, making your way up, feet face the side, arms at a T. Exhale, pivoting, reaching that left hand. Coming into triangle. Same options with the gaze. Breathing deeply, keeping that low belly tucked. Nice deep breathing. Legs pressing in, activating the inner thighs. All right, next inhale, make your way up. We're gonna scoot our feet a little bit wider, pivoting the right foot, bending at the knee, placing the right hand on the thigh. Arm can reach up or down if you're having some neck issues this morning. Breathing deeply. Another option is to come down around the outside of the right leg with that arm. But if this is more comfortable, I want you to make sure that you're activating your core so that you're not sinking into that right shoulder. All right, one more inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, straightening out, coming up. Exhale, pivoting to the left. Same options. Arm on the thigh or down around the side. Wherever you are, actively reaching those that right rib cage up towards the ceiling. Not sinking into the shoulder. Strengthen the legs. Core is active. One more breath here. Inhale, making your way up. Exhale, stepping up to Samasthiti. All right, inhale, let's step our legs back. You can be as wide as you'd like. Maybe you pigeon toe in, hands are at the side or at the waist. Inhale, lengthening, press into the feet, engage the inner thighs. Exhale, we start to fold at the hips. Hands come down. Inhale, lengthen, look out. And exhale, fold. And if it's not comfortable to plant the hands flat, you can make fists. And if you're having a hard time getting the head down to the ground, you can bring some pillows underneath for support. Maybe scoot the legs out a little bit more. Just breathing deeply. Gazing at the back edge of your mat from wherever you're at. Wrists and ankles are in line. Our elbows are bending backwards towards the back of us. Okay, inhale, look out. Exhale, hands come to the waist, maybe softening the knees. Inhale, rising up. And on the exhale, we're gonna turn both of our legs, hips facing the back side of our mat. So we're facing the right leg. Inhale here. And exhale, we're gonna come down into pyramid, planting hands around that right foot, making sure that the hips are nice and square. And you can stay lengthened through the spine, or you can start to reach the forehead towards the shin. Our toes are practically facing, so both feet are practically facing both in the same direction. My left leg is a little bit splayed out to the side. Breathing here, keeping that low belly tucked. Okay, inhale, coming up all the way, pivoting towards the left. Exhale, once your hips are squared, folding. And again, you can stay with a straight spine, or you can start to reach that forehead towards the shin. All the while reaching the crown of the head closer to that foot. Keeping the legs nice and long. Activating the legs. And same options with the hands. If your palms can't touch, creating fists and coming down that way. All right, inhale, making your way all the way up to the side. Preparing, pressing to the legs. Exhale, we're gonna reach the hands down the legs towards the ankles, shins, or big toes. Inhale, lengthening, look out. Exhale, bending, allowing yourself to really bend in those hips. We want the sits bones to reach nice and high up above us. Bending the elbows out to the sides. Drawing the head towards the floor. Inner thighs, if you activate them, it's going to help you tuck your low belly more, which will help you lengthen your spine down towards the ground. One more breath here. Inhale, lengthen, look out. Exhale, hands come to the waist. Inhale, with control, rising up. We're gonna bring the feet in just a little bit, caddy the feet out. We're gonna come down into Malasana. So making your way there. Hands at heart center. Upper arms pressing against the inner legs, opening up the knees. Feeling the sits bones drop down towards the ground. Always an option if this doesn't feel great to come up onto the balls of the feet. That should help take some pressure off the knees. If you're feeling pressure there. All right, let's go ahead and plant our hands behind us, coming down onto our sits bones, extending the legs out. All right, options, you can reach to the sides for your feet or out in front of you. I'm gonna reach out in front of me today. Okay, while we're here, planting those legs, pressing them down into the earth. Inhale, lengthening through the spine, reaching those arms. Exhale, beginning to fold. Again, we fold at our hips. We want to make sure that we only fold as deep as we can without our sits bones coming up off the earth. So I'm not very far down because I'm making sure that my sits bones are reaching towards the ground. And then with the exhales, I start to come lower. Inhales to lengthen, exhales to lower. Keeping those heels nice and grounded into the earth, the hips, the thighs. Spine is long all the way through the crown of the head, no tucking your chin. Inhale, look out. Walk yourself up. Exhale. Let's go ahead and bring the left leg into the right thigh. Walking the right hand towards the right ankle. Inhale, reaching the left arm up, lengthening through the spine. And exhale, begin to fold to the side, making sure that there's length through both sides of the torso. Our ribs are shining up towards the sky. Your hand can stay straight, or maybe you start to curl it over your head. Wherever you are, if you feel any kind of pinching, coming a little ways out, okay? We still want to maintain space in both sides of the torso. Pressing that left foot into the right thigh, right extended legs pressing down, left hips pressing into the earth, right hip pressing into the earth. Belly still tucked, breathing deeply. On your next inhale, feel the left arm reach you up. Exhale, go ahead and release. Switching the legs around. Right leg to the left thigh. Inhale, reaching up. Starting to walk those left hand out. Exhale. And Joyce, with your arm, really reach that arm down the side, okay? Again, rib cage reaching high, opening the chest. Going only as deeply as you can without lifting the hips and without crunching that left side. We still want to maintain length through both sides of the body. All right, next inhale, right arm reaches you up. Exhale, go ahead and release, bringing both feet in, soles of the feet together, drawing them as close to your sits bones and hips as you can. Bringing the hands to the feet, thumbs opening up the feet like a book. Inhale here. And if your knees are quite high, I'm going to recommend you bringing pillows underneath them so that you have something that you can press your knees against. If your knees are quite close to the ground, then I'm going to have you inhale with me, lengthen, and exhale. We're going to reach our heart forward, keeping our spine long. We're not tucking the chin, we're keeping it long. Length all the way through the crown of the head. And your elbows can rest on your thighs to help anchor those thighs down, reaching down towards the ground. Keeping that belly tucked towards the spine. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Length through the neck. Breathing deeply. Next, inhale coming up. I'm going to turn to the side. You can do so as well. I'm going to extend my feet a little further away from me. Lengthening, and then I'm going to start to curl. Reaching my forehead towards my feet. Getting a nice curl in the spine. Tucking that chin. My hands are on the outsides of my feet. If you'd like to, you can reach the arms under the legs for a little bit more of a stretch in the shoulders. Again, keeping those sits bones down. All right, making your way up on an inhale, keeping your legs here. Exhale, coming onto your back. I like to scoot myself forward a little bit, just so that I have more room on my mat. All right, we're gonna quickly take an inversion. So once your shoulders are nice and relaxed down your back, you're gonna bring your hands underneath your thighs. Inhale, bring the thighs together, and you can stay here. This can be what you do today, or you can take modified bridge. For me today, I'm going to inhale, extend my legs up, 90-degree angle. I'm not coming onto my shoulders. You can feel free to do that if that's in your practice. But I'm just going to encourage you to allow, wherever you are, allowing your back to press into the earth, allowing the belly to sink down. If you're taking this with me, it's a really nice practice just to see how much you can let go and allow yourself to sink into the earth. Gaze is at the toes if you're with me. or just up at the ceiling if you're taking modified bridge. Squeezing the inner thighs together. Our hands are planted. Forearms are planted if you're with me. On your next exhale, drawing the knees into the chest, rocking side to side, releasing that low back. We're gonna make our way into Shavasana. Options for Shavasana. You can do that same thing we were just doing with the legs up and come onto a wall if you'd like to. Or you can plant your feet as wide as your mat. Allow the knees to drop in if you're feeling any low back pain. You can come back with the soles of the feet together in our Supta Baddha Konasana with the knees dropping out to the sides. Or you can come into traditional Shavasana, legs wider than the hips, feet falling out to the sides. And wherever you're at, your palms are facing up, unless you're on the wall and your palms are facing down, but they're up, down around your sides in a V. Bringing your mind back to the present moment, and then allowing yourself to sink into the earth, allowing your breath to release your body into the ground. Begin to deepen your breath. Allowing movement to come back into your body, wiggling fingers and toes, rotating wrists and ankles. If you decided to come up onto the wall, bending your knees and allowing yourself to fall off to the side, making your way back to your mat. If you're in Shavasana, bringing the knees into the chest, rolling onto one side into fetal position, using that arm underneath your head as a pillow. Pausing here, looking inward with compassion and non-judgment, sending peace and gratitude throughout. Planting your hands on the ground, making your way up with your inhales and exhales to a comfortable seated position. We'll take an inhale together. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, thumbs come to sternum. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you all are well. The divine light in me sees and honors the divine light in you. Namaste.